The Indiana Pacers have declined Lance Stephenson's player option. And Lance Stephenson has been in the NBA for 8 seasons. He played 6 seasons with the Indiana Pacers. He came into the league with the Pacers. He left for a little bit, came back. And you can make an argument that Lance Stephenson is one of the most notable players in Pacer history. Probably not, but I don't know. Remember, this is the guy that blew in LeBron James' ear. Remember the guy that blew in LeBron James' ear in against the Miami Heat? That was Lance Stephenson. I mean, Lance Stephenson has had huge, big moments against LeBron James. And so Paul George reacted really, really strongly to the Indiana Pacers declining his player option. Because Paul George left the Pacers. If you remember who Paul George is, Paul George left the Indiana Pacers, and he was traded away after he said he wanted to go to the Lakers. Paul George said, I'm not going to re-sign with the Pacers. I want to go to the Lakers. And so Paul George has a history with the Indiana Pacers. He doesn't really probably like them very much. And when the Pacers declined to bring back Lance Stephenson for only, $4.4 million, that's not a big contract by NBA standards. And the Pacers decided not to bring him back. Paul George, an all-star player, a former Pacer, said he posted a picture of Lance Stephenson with the headline. And on Instagram, Paul George said this: "Wow, I was the bad guy, huh? In this business, you do what's right. You do what's right for you. Hashtag Pacer legend." Saying basically that Lance Stephenson is a Pacer legend and that, hey, loyalty doesn't really exist. The Pacers were not loyal to their longtime great player, Lance Stephenson. And so I look at this and I go, yes, yes, yes. Thank goodness. Loyalty is dead in the NBA. And good riddance. Thank you. I'm so happy. Sports are a business. And I want to ask you, who do you side with? Do you side with an employee or the big business? The NBA teams have big television deals. They make bucket loads of money. And do you side with the company, the large company that makes bucket loads of money, or the empowered worker, the empowered athlete? And I want to ask you, why should an athlete ever be loyal to his team? I don't know. Because teams aren't loyal to players. Do you know why you sign contracts? The reason why you have to sign a contract in sports is because otherwise people may not follow up with their promises. They tell you, we're going to pay you all this money, but without a contract, they might not follow through. Look, I understand loyalty if you're working in a career where you have a 40-year window to do your job. You work in the same field for 40 years, doctor, businessman, salesman, I don't know. I understand if you're loyal to the people around you. But if you're an NBA player, where you're lucky to have income for 10 years, you probably won't. I don't think the average NBA player has income for 10 years in the league. When you have a shorter career, you have to capitalize on it. And you have to get what you want. If you're an NBA player, any athlete really, do you want to make a ton of money? If you want to make bucket loads of money, go get yourself paid. If you're an NBA player and you want to win, go find a team that wins. You know, the biggest tragedy in all of sports, there are 2 of them. Dan Marino and Barry Sanders never won a Super Bowl. Dan Marino was loyal to the Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino never had good enough help to win a Super Bowl. Or Barry Sanders is even more egregious. Barry Sanders was loyal to the Detroit Lions. And he got his butt kicked for 10 years. Here's the kicker. Barry Sanders, maybe the greatest running back of all time, only went to the playoffs 5 of the 10 years he played in Detroit. Maybe the best running back ever, never really had playoff success. Because he had bad people around him. Because both Dan Marino and Barry Sanders were loyal to their team, loyal to a fault. The point is, why would a player ever be loyal to a team? You're dealing with teams that make all this money, billionaire owners, and teams that are often not loyal to their players. If teams aren't loyal, why should a player be loyal? But also, why should a team be loyal to a player? It goes both ways. If a player isn't taking care of their business, why should I pay him a ton of money he doesn't deserve? And so when I watched Lance Stevenson get cut by the Indiana Pacers, he's kind of a legend. He's a Pacer legend. It makes me go, oh, wow. Loyalty in the NBA is dead. And good riddance. Thank God. I don't want loyalty. Do what's best for you if you're an athlete. If you want to win games, win games. If you want to make a ton of money, go make a ton of money. And if you're an NBA team, you shouldn't be obligated to play a player if he's not taking care of business. If he's not earning the right to make money, don't pay him. If he's not as good anymore, if he maybe isn't working hard, if he's being a distraction, you shouldn't pay a guy. Don't be loyal to a guy because of what he's done before. What have you done for me lately? That's sports. I hate to say it, but that's how it is. And I like that. I like that loyalty's dead in the NBA. Thank God. Maybe next we can get Aaron Rodgers to leave the Green Bay Packers. But I don't understand why are players loyal to teams? Some team that never gave you what you wanted. It's a bad city. It's an owner that makes billions of dollars. Why are you loyal to him? And why should a team be obligated to be loyal to a player if the player isn't taking care of business? Neither side has a reason to be loyal. And when you're loyal, it hinders everybody. When you're not loyal, when you leave, when you have player mobility, it makes the NBA so much more interesting. So loyalty is dead in the NBA. Good riddance. Thank God for that. Never understand that. Be loyal to your girlfriend. Be loyal to your parents. Don't be loyal to your city if your city doesn't give you what you want. I don't know. If I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, I'd probably leave Phoenix, Arizona, because I don't want to live in 117-degree weather. That's not what I want. So, I don't know. Go get what you want in life. That's kind of what I believe. If you don't like where you live, go move somewhere else. If you don't like your job, go find a different job. Don't be loyal to something because you have to. There's no reason for that. That's all I have to say. Thank you so very much for watching. Remember, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, as well as my best, most interesting clips. If you like Strong Opinion Sports as much as I do, help me grow this podcast by telling your friends about this show. Share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow this podcast by telling your friends. Thank you so much, and have a great day.